the Melbourne Cricket Ground lights. Richmond and Essendon feature in this round 15 blockbuster on Friday nights. Football.
Welcome to the Melbourne Cricket Ground. A crowd building up worthy of a blockbuster. Richmond third on the table against Essendon 5. I guess you could look at the fact that Essendon on the rise at the moment after last week, and Richmond may be slightly on a downer. You look at the positives for the Bombers. Paul Salmon, 8 last week, 16 in 3. Over 20 goals against the Crows, the victory last week, and less injuries this season than last year. And for Richmond, you could say, well, Turner got 3 weeks on Monday night. Richardson and Free are out for the year. Wigney struggling with a long injury, and Knight's out tonight, and back-to-back losses. But Wayne Campbell, who's been an outstanding success, and will be running out right now with Richmond as they come out. Campbell, what a year he's having as Richmond are about to come through. Now, their changes tonight. Dundas, Daffy and Jason Tawney are playing tonight. Tawney, a rookie, will be playing his first match. Dundas, first match for the season, and Daffy back after a couple of match suspension. I mentioned Wayne Campbell, who's been an outstanding form. He was at a press conference yesterday and he responded to the anti-Richmond feeling.
You know, there's been headlines that we're expected to fall over, and I think if we lose Friday night, we maybe have fallen over a bit. So there's that incentive to think that we want to prove all you guys wrong, that you think we can't play. We actually think that we're a bit better than what we're given credit for. But the Swoop loves it that way. Loves being the underdog and loves putting it across to us like that.
Now the Bombers are out. We believe that Hardwick will be playing, no Fletcher, and there's a query surrounding one other player, Mercury. Now we can see Hardwick there, number 39. Not sure whether David Flood's playing or not. We'll pick that up because Flood didn't play in the reserves. Welcome, Gerard, to Friday Night Football. Tremendous atmosphere, really looking forward to it. Mention the changes in the Richmond lineup. Where do you see the keys there?
I think on the ground is probably going to be Richmond's best chance. They really do have to win the ball down there because Essendon has got a height advantage probably all over the ground, and there is a doubt also on Paul Bullis. We believe that he is out there, but if he is carrying an injury, well then that does leave them undergunned. David Burke, was it?
No, it looked like Bullis was there.
No, it was Bullis. Yeah, well then we'll be probably picking up Paul Salmon. But looking for the key players for Richmond, I think first and foremost you'd have to go for Wayne Campbell because of his outstanding year. Of course, Nick Daffy is back from suspension. They're going to have to lift their work rate up a hell of a lot to cover the losses that we've already gone in. They've also only had a 4-day break, Richmond, so they are definitely under the pump. And if Wayne Campbell wants to answer the critics, tonight is going to be the big chance for him. He's got a huge challenge to cover the loss of a few of the leaders. And of course, Nick Daffy back from suspension, and with Maxfield and Nace, they've got a pretty dangerous low the ground side now, particularly up forward. And if he can just pinch a couple of goals, it may put some pressure on the Bombers.
Gavin Wagening's been gravitating forward, hasn't he? 4 last week against the Crows. Now we believe that Mercury is not playing, but he's definitely out. He does appear on our list, of course. Hardwick is into the team, so there is a change there. Where are the keys here, I think, Gerard?
Well, very even side, Essendon. They've got a couple of youngsters also, but looking for senior players, as I think all keys should just about be. You look at Paul Salmon and James Hird, who I guess is pretty young for a senior player, but one of the most talented players in the league. But one of the pluses, as you said, Paul Salmon's form back in front of goal. 4, 4 and 8 in his last 3 outings. And, well, he does take a long time to kick, but a pretty good performance to date. James Hird, Sheedy's tactics have been questioned, but he's such a flexible player. Why not use him all over the ground?
The 1995 AFL Premiership season. Brought to you by Mitsubishi Motors Australia, Qantas, McDonald's, Mobil, Carlton Draft and National Australia Bank.
Now there'll be a big story breaking on the weekend concerning the Fremantle Dockers. They want to recruit a couple of American college athletes. They've had a basketball coach from Perth who is an American, in America for some time, videotaping a number of key players. He's brought back a tape with 18 players on it. They've picked out 2. One is black and one's white. They're both college players. They've had a background in basketball, a background in football. They are going to ask the AFL if 2 of these players can come to Western Australia in the next month, be registered with a Western Australian Football League side, and therefore be eligible for the draft at the end of the year. They're looking for international concession. They're hoping to recruit next season 2 American athletes to play for the Fremantle Dockers. More about that story certainly on the weekend. We'll take a break, back with the opening bounce after this.
Bruce McAvaney talks to athletic superstar Michael Johnson. Live from Dallas, Sunday morning on Sports World.
A Big Mac and fries, please. What, Mum?
What the?
Dad.
Mobil's relentless research and improvement has now produced the fully synthetic Mobil One, an oil that will actually preserve the life of your engine. Now, buy 5 litres of Mobil One and get a free $10 fuel voucher. Details at participating Mobil and Quicks outlets. The last word in engine protection is Mobil.
Take that high prices with the great savings of Brash's Superstore Super Deals. Remote control videos only $199. Save $100. Sanyo 6-disc stereo was $399, now $299. And Saturday Brash's Superstore Super Deals.
Today, in business, homes and schools, more hands will accomplish more on one brand of computer over any other. Apple, the computer more people use.
Sorry, hon, I thought I'd be here before you. Had a good chat with the bank, though. Sorted it out. So, are you okay? Okay. So what'd they say?
Well, the doctor was really pleased, and she said everything's fine.
Fine. Did you tell her you've been up 2 or 3 times a night? She said that's fine.
She says that it's quite normal
Normal.
for twins.
No matter how well you plan for it,
Twins?
life always comes up with the unexpected. Whatever changes you're going through, we can tailor your finances to suit them.
Better call the bank back.
From the director of The Sea of Love
He's looking at us.
comes the sexiest thriller of the year. Batman Forever's Nicole Kidman.
Were you spying on me?
While You Were Sleeping's Bill Pullman.
Wasn't my baby.
And Alec Baldwin.
You're hurt, and you want revenge.
He had the perfect marriage. Until he discovered
Am I a suspect?
the truth about his wife.
Oh, it's not over yet.
Ford Mondeo presents the premiere of Malice, Sunday on Channel 7.
Stirring scene here at the Melbourne Cricket Ground with a huge crowd in attendance. Be approaching 65 to 70,000 at the opening bounce. A couple of changes to Essendon's lineup. No change to the Tigers. The big dipper on the boundary line. Dipper.
Thanks very much, Bruce, and good evening. Once again, a big crowd, as you said. The public's absolutely full, and we should expect the crowd here over 70,000 people. No wind to speak of down here, so no advantage in that area. The ground's quite soft because of the heavy rain we've had, and Richmond against all the odds, against all football theories, and I'm sticking with the Tigers tonight.
Going for the Tigers. Good on you, Dipper. They're the underdogs, no question about that. Robbo, welcome.
First to see Thomas Thompson addressing the Essendon players. I noticed Dustin Fletcher and Stephen Alessio also out there on the ground, and pretty good spirit, but gee, they've got some opposition because those Tigers on a great fan of theirs. I think their spirit is enormous, and I'm tipping Richmond too, Bruce.
So both Dipper and Robbo going for the underdogs tonight. Gerard, you were working this game on Sunday that I worked Richmond in Carlton. Magnificent match, wasn't it? Do you think they can come up in such a short time?
I don't, Bruce. Full credit to Richmond. They were honourable in defeat last week. In fact, that third quarter I would have thought was the best quarter of footy I've seen for some time. they won't go down. There's Matthew Dundas. Good to see him back in the Richmond side. I believe that he is playing a different role in the seconds coming into this game as a go with or a tagger, so I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a job on one of the smaller Essendon players if they do get away. But the Tigers, I just think, it's just a little bit undergunned, and they're going to struggle against Essendon, who certainly on our.
Just that short break, we did some stats on that. In the last 5 years, 45 occasions has been such a short break. 22 teams have won and 23 have lost. Not much in it. And in the last 2 years, 6 of the 9 have had a short break of 1. And there's Salmon being picked up by Bullis. Gerard will pick up all the major matchups. Grenville with Daddy. Start of the